Assalamu alaikum everyone, welcome back to Restaurant Management System tutorials. Today is our lecture number 12 and in today's class we are going to continue our orders window with respect to the admin part. In the previous lecture we have studied about the orders window in detail along with the user interface and the validations and all the things that we have done in the previous lecture. We'll continue in today's lecture what we have left. So let's have a look what we have in the previous lecture and then we'll start the new fresh work. Let's start. Alright, so this is our restaurant management system. In the previous lecture we have specified all these things with respect to the software. Here you have add to cart on and when you click this these validations are appeared. Now let us select Pakistani cuisine and then select the item, the price and the quantity, and the order type is dine in, so you have to place took a floor and then click add to cart. So an exception will was raised when we have clicked add to cart here. Alright, so guys, this is the exception because I have done some wrong code here. So how can I resolve this error? Let me show you and then we'll continue. So remove all this thing, all these particular code that we have written. Let me zoom in so that you can view it clearly. Today I am experimenting basically the white background so that I can get the feedback of the students who are following me on YouTube. So now what I wanted to add, I wanted to add the orders. Let me open the orders window. That's my orders window. Okay, I wanted to add this order that I have placed or I have selected, let's say biryani. So that biryani should be appeared in this grid view. I wanted to do this task. So for that purpose I am doing a very quick and nice code in today's lecture, that is data grid view 1 dot rows dot add. That's the method, and here you have to specify one by one the column names respectively. So let us go to the grid view and check what are the column names. So go to its edit columns. The first column you have to specify is the table ID, then floor ID, then category ID. So you have to pass then first table ID. So where is my table ID? In the table drop down, convert dot to integer 32, and then you have to specify the table drop down dot tables drop down. It is, yes, tables drop down. Right, so tables drop down dot selected value dot to string. Right, then you have to specify convert, and then you have to specify a bracket, closing bracket of that add method. After table ID we have floor, so copy this code, copy it and then paste it nearby here, and you have to specify here floor ID, floor drop down, and then you have to specify the next thing is category ID. So paste it again and right here category drop down dot selected value dot to string, and then what we have to specify after specifying this, go to your edit columns and select your look item ID and then item and then price. Okay, so go here and write here item ID. So for item ID we have convert dot to integer 32 and then item drop down dot selected value dot to string. All right, and then you have to specify the name of the item, that is item drop down dot selected item dot to string, and then we have to specify what the price. So where is my price? In the price text, so convert dot to single and then specify the price from the price text. Right, so this is how you can add your items inside the grid view raw. Okay, now after price what we have, let us verify. You have to go respectively, you cannot use a random you cannot choose randomly items, so go respectively so that you can get everything properly. After item we have price and then quantity, order type, floor, table and phone. So quantity and order type we have to specify here quantity, so convert dot to integer 32, and then quantity QUAN quantity text dot text. Alright, sorry, quantity text dot text, and then we have to specify after quantity what we have, quantity, then floor, table, and phone. So floor drop down dot selected value, sorry, selected item, because ID I have taken already in the beginning, dot toString, and then specify the table drop down, tables drop down dot selected item dot toString, selected item dot toString. Right, it's fine now. Then we have to specify the last thing, that is the phone, right? So right here, phone text dot text. That's it. So this is how you have added everything inside your grid view. But here we have some exceptions. If the order type is this, so do that. If the order type is this, then do that. So you have to specify this also. So remove this text and remove this also. You don't need these things. And yes, one condition you have to specify here, if what, if this order type, copy this code, if this order type is equals to 0, paste it here, and else specify here. So in the else you have to specify this code. So copy and write here if, round brackets, and paste. So if your order type is dine-in, 0 means you are in dine-in mode. So what you have to specify, cut it and paste it here. So when we are in the dine-in mode, so what we have to do, let me show you. I'm bringing it down because it can be displayed to every student easily on one particular screen. And here you have to press enter and then click enter and then click enter. So these all are my columns, okay, on one single screen. Now what I wanted to do, when my order is dine-in, then item drop down is correct, and then category is also correct, floor and table is also correct. But when my order type is takeaway, here in this phone text, enter blank, enter nothing, because when the customer is in dine-in mode, you don't need to specify the phone number, alright, or you can specify null as the phone number, okay, in the last. But when you are in takeaway or home delivery mode, then copy this code and paste it below inside this else if, and here you have to specify, because in dine-in, in takeaway and in home delivery, you have to make sure that these tables are, this table drop down should be null, and the floor drop down should also be null, and here for floor drop down, here it should be null, and then the table should also be null, alright, and the phone text should be there, because we are taking the phone number of that customer when you are in dine-in or in home delivery mode, right? So this is what I have done right up till now. So let's start and have a look, is it working or not? Okay, what's the problem? Okay, this is the problem. I have to remove the previous code because this is not required now. All set now, remove extra spaces, and now save it and run it. Let's see what will happen after running the software. So login and then orders, give in the order as fast food. Sorry, I don't have any fast food right now. I have only Pakistani cuisine, that is biryani, and then the quantity, and then the order type, that is dine-in, and the floor is 1 and the floor table is 1. Add to cart. So it is adding, but the problem is still we have here the data is not coming appropriately. Okay, one more thing, when you click add, so it is adding again. It should not be added once, more than once. So let me check and see what's the problem still we have. So when I am clicking my add to cart button here, the problem that I am facing is the data is not appearing appropriately. So how can I resolve it? So guys, as you have noticed that the data is not coming appropriately, it is displaying me that system.data raw view. The data is appearing in this format. So I wanted to pick up from this format to the format that I wanted to display here. So what I am going to do here, let me tell you. Just come inside and create an object with the name data raw view, because the data is returning in this object. So drv, or what objects I wanted to store as a let's say data in grid view, that is my floors and my tables. So drv floor, I am giving a name here, drv floor equal to new data raw view, or you can specify your particular item, that is floors drop down dot selected item dot toString. After that, what you can do, you can come at your floor drop down. Okay, one thing you have to specify, remove this toString, selected item, then you have to specify the right. So it should be casted as data raw view. Now your all the items, because it is returning the whole array, so I have stored that array inside this. Okay, now what you can do, you can specify your floor name like drv of, look, you have to specify the index, or you have to specify the property of that floor drop down, because my combo box, let me tell you once more, these combo boxes are data bound combo boxes. These are not normal combo boxes. I hope it is clear to everyone. So data is coming from the database, so you cannot get the selected index or selected item directly. Instead you can use indirect method, that is this. So from database, the column name is floor. Okay, data value, and so the display member and the value member, both things. All right, and then you have to specify the table for table also. So remove this one and copy this code once again and paste it down here, and drv table. So that's what my another object here, and now I am placing a tables drop down as data raw view, and then right here drv table of, now what is the display member of my table? Let us go to the particular stored procedure, that is get tables, right click, modify, and look, you have the name table number. Okay, so copy this table number and paste it here. Simple. All right, so that's my display member. If you wish to verify it, you can go to your load list. Here we have the floors, and with respect to floors we have the tables. So go to your floors drop down and load items. Look, get tables with respect to floor, that's the property, that's the stored procedure. So get tables with respect to floor, here you have table number, look. All right, so that's the display name that I am going to use here on this particular environment here. Now the next thing, because floors and tables are not required here in the dine-in and takeaway mode, in the takeaway in home delivery mode, so I am not creating these things here. But what else you require as a drop down? Look, items also. So you have to create another drv for items. So drv item, specify here item, name of this particular drop down item, and then you have to specify the items drop down. Okay, now you have to pass this item drop down here. So for items I am writing here drv items, drv item of, and you have to specify that display name of the item. So how are items displaying? Let us go to the items. So based on the category I am loading my item. So get menu with respect to category is my stored procedure. So get menu with respect to category, open it. So my menu name is this display name. So copy this menu item name, let me zoom in, and then paste it here. Where? In this particular drv object, where I have to specify the item here. Okay, paste it here. So my item will be displayed from my collection that is picked up. Now what else I need to take here? The id will be added automatically, floors, then categories id, and then the items drop down id, and then the item name, then the price, and then the quantity, and then the floor, and then table number, and all that. The same is the case with item number should be done here. So item number should be global. Make this or move these three things above this particular scenario. Now you have to specify the drv item here also. So where is my drv item? Copy it and paste it accordingly here on item, selected item. That's it. Save it. Now let's run and check what's my order window is saying. Login, orders, select your category, and then your item, and then quantity, and then dine in, and then floor, and then table, and then add to cart. Look, now the problem is about the placing of the particular controls. So I have misplaced some of the values on some of the columns. So category, price, this should be tackled appropriately. Let me check the ordering of these particular things. Alright, so the problem is after verifying from the grid view, the first column is serial number, so it is null, and then we have the table id, and then we have the floor id, then we have the category id, and then we have the category name. So the category name should also be like this. Copy it and paste it and write here drv cat or category, and write here category drop down dot selected item as data row view. After specifying this, you have to come and add your category, specify here after this. So in between this comma, write your category name, that is drv of drv cat, specify your item name, and then the category display index, so display name or display member. So get categories, we have get categories here, and the display name is category. So copy it and paste it at this point. Alright, so category drop down dot selected value dot toString, and then the category name will be displayed. After that, let us run and check what is the result. Right, login, then orders, and then select your desired items, and let's check what are the results. Add to cart. Now the category is correct, the item is correct, the quantity is correct, and then the floor is correct. Now the two things are remaining, that are the table number and the phone. Phone number we don't need because this is the dine-in order. Okay, now let us go and check why this table and phone is not appearing. Let us verify. So the table number, I think the problem is with this. Let us debug it and rerun it, and let's check what is coming behind the table name. Orders, and then Pakistani cuisine, and then quantity 2, order type take dine-in, and then floor 1, table 3. Okay, so add to cart. So what's coming inside this? Let's see. If it is the data view, okay, raw, inside this row we have the objects 3 and 4. Okay, so what we have at table number I think that the problem is this space. If I go to raw again and select the item array, so I am getting 3 and 4. Okay, so on table number it should display the table number. Okay, let us verify it again. This, and then the data grid view, we have table GV. Inside this table GV, the things are remain good, looking good. Let us verify. No, it's still not appearing. I think the problem is with the space. The name, the space name is not picking up that particular thing. So let us verify that also. Double click here and check whether we have all other names with a space or not. No, our all names are without space, but menu item is with a space. Okay, so menu item is displaying. Let us verify it and log in and orders and Pakistani cuisine, biryani, and then dine in, and then floor, and then table to add. So look, item is appearing here, but table is not appearing here. Let us verify why. Alright guys, so the problem is with this column order type. That was there, but it was hidden mistakenly. So order type, it was visible false, so I have make it true. So you can also do that, and then come here, and after quantity you have to specify the order type, because here inside your grid view, after quantity you have order type, then floor, then table. So after quantity you have to specify your order type, and order type, because order types are not coming from database, so I can directly write here order type drop down dot selected item dot toString, so it can be visible to the particular column of the grid view. Then you have to specify this order type into the other one also. In this, after quantity you have to specify that order type. Okay, and one more thing, you have done changes here, so you have to change in this below, in this column also. So copy this all, and you have to make this replaced by this. And now because you are in now the dine in, takeaway or home delivery mode, so table drop down should be null. It should be null, and the floors drop down should also be null. And then you have to specify category, then item, then menu, then price, and then quantity, and then order type, then floor, then table number. So floor I don't need here, so null, and then the table number should also become null. Okay, so last three things. And then because you are in the takeaway mode or dine in mode, so what are the last three columns we have? Let us verify. So if floor and table are null, and the last thing is phone, so you have to specify phone number here. So phone text dot text. Now it's fine. Let us verify it. Is it working now properly or not? Login, orders, Pakistani cuisine and biryani, and then quantity, and then the dine in, and then the floor, and then the table, and then add to cart. Now look, because table number is 3, it is appearing here, order type is also coming here, each and everything is coming perfectly. Okay, but there is one more problem. When I click here, it will be added again. So once the dish is added in one particular item, it cannot be added once more. Instead the quantity will be updated when we edit the order after placing the order. Okay, so you have to be careful with that. Right now you don't have to specify, you don't have to add another biryani or another item directly when you click add to cart. So how can you check that? Let us come here and write here for loop that is for each loop, for each data grid view raw, and then write the object name, that is raw, in data grid view 1 dot rows, data grid view 1 dot rows, and then you have to check if raw dot cells of, and you have to specify the what can we say here, the menu item GV. So it can be the item GV, right? It can be the column item GV. So you have to specify here dot value dot toString is equals to you have to specify the item name. So how can you specify that item name? You have to pick up, or one thing you can do here, dot value, and then you can pick, or you can check with the item drop down dot selected value. That means if this value exists, okay, so create a variable with the name integer or boolean check equals to true, or make it by default false, and then write here check equals to true. Okay, so if the item found inside the grid view, you can write here check equals to true, and then break the loop. That's it. That's the jump statement, break. So if that item found at any point in the grid view, the loop will be terminated with this break keyword. Okay, and then what we have to do here, we have to call this place, at this place, if check is true or false. What should we do? If the item exists, then it is becoming the true value. Okay, so if the item exists, right here message main class dot show message, open the brackets, and then right here item added already a message, and then the type of message, that is warning or error, else specify the whole code that you have written below inside this, cut it. If the item exists, then show that error message, otherwise do this. Let us check it now. Login, orders, and then the Pakistani cuisine, and then biryani, and then I want 3 at a time, and then I'm dine in, and then floor 1, and then table number 3, add to cart. It is added. Now when I click again, it is still adding, so my condition is not valid. I have to check it again. So let me put a breakpoint here, and now click, come inside what we have here. At value it is biryani. Okay, and here we have the selected value with respect to database, but here we have the particular value, that item name. So item ID GV is the column name, item ID GV. Now it's fine. So save it and stop it, rerun it and check. Login, orders, Pakistani cuisine, and then order item, and then dine in, and then floor, and then this, and then add to column, add to particular grid view, and then add to cart once again. No, it's still adding. So let us verify it, why it's still adding. Apply a breakpoint here, zoom it, and then click again. Add to cart, come inside and check what is coming inside now. So we have 2, and we have 2 here. Still it is not validating itself because it's 2 and the selected value is also 2. So why it is not validating? The result of that if, still it is, this if is not working. Selected value, okay, one thing I can do, that is the .toString property, because whatever the 2 is, because maybe the object base type is creating a problem here. Let us now check what is happening. Login, orders. So this window is a very crucial window basically. Don't worry about the time, but it will make your software a quality software. Okay, now add again. Look, now it's fine. The item already exists. Okay, so you don't want it to display this message. Now let us verify some other item. Let me add some more items inside the menu. Okay, menu item, let's say let me add chicken steak, right? The category is, let's say, Chinese, and then price is 450 rupees. Stated is available, and I wanted to apply a picture for this, so I don't have the picture right now. Let me save the, it is added because I have the default picture here also. Okay, so that default picture is saved with that steak. Now let us go to the orders table and then select the fast food item, sorry, Chinese, and then select an item, and then this one, and then it should be takeaway. So phone number, I have added some phone number, add to cart. So look, this time table and phone flow are not appearing, but every item is coming. Okay, every item is coming inside the grid view, and when I click add to cart again, it is said item is already added. Okay, when I select now Pakistani cuisine, and then when I select biryani, and then it should remain the same. I want this once, and then click add. So biryani is added. Okay, so this is what we have achieved finally. And now after all that, I wanted to display the total amount or the total bill of that particular order that you are placing. Okay, one more thing you have to specify in the database, that is the order status. Order is in pending mode or order is in complete mode, in which mode the order is. So you have to specify that also. Now the total of the menu you have to specify. Select your grid first of all and make it dock top. Make it dock top. So let me make it display like this, dock top. Now this grid view will be something like this, and then you have to select a particular label, or sorry, panel, containers panel. Okay, put this panel below and make it top bottom. Okay, now your grid view should be filled, so go to its dock. Now make it fill. Okay, look, but it is filled completely. It is filled completely. Right click, bring to front, sorry, bring to front. Okay, now look, your grid view is highlighted at this point. I hope it is clear to everyone. Now what you have to specify, you have to specify the label for displaying the total amount. So that's my label, and you can place that label inside a table layout panel so that it can be centralized. So pick up a table layout panel and then zoom it or put this label inside this and then make it fill. Alright, after filling this, we can have the complete picture of our table. Remove this one and remove this one also. Now look, I have two partitions. I don't want this last row, so remove that last row. Now that's my label. Copy this label and paste it here, and then specify dock fill to this label and dock fill to this label also, and then make its auto size property to false and also this auto size property to false, and then increase their sizes by selecting both of them together by pressing Control key, and then make them 20, let's say. Okay, and then their alignments, so their alignment should be okay, this should be aligned middle right, and then this should be aligned middle left. Okay, so now both are responsive. Whatever the screen size will be, the price will be displayed. So here it should be written like total amount, and then here we have the name, that is 0.00. okay, and now make them bold, and this also this should be bold also, and then make them appear red so that they are prominent for more in front of the admin. So fabric, now it's fine. And if you wanted to change the font also, so you can use this one, okay, or you can use Tahoma, okay, or you can use Calibri for that, right? So whatever amount of font you wanted to use, you can specify. Now you can increase the font 30 and so on. So total amount will be displayed like this. Okay, so how can you pick up the total amount? So when you click the add to cart button, okay, you have a variable here, float total amount equals to 0, and then when you are going to add an item, where you are going to add an item, here or at this point. So at both the time you have to specify that total amount plus equals to, where is my price? My price is here, so copy this and paste it here. So whatever will be the price of that particular item that is written, you have picked up and placed in total amount, and then copy this and then paste it here also. Okay, so at both ends the amount will be added. Let us check it and run it. Login, orders, Pakistani cuisine, and then biryani 150. Okay, it is added but it is not displaying here. Okay, so let me first display it. There are many things. So what is the name of my label? It's this label should be renamed with total label, and then you have to come and display that amount here also. Come inside this and total label dot text equals to total amount dot toString bracket open, and give a format here, that is ##, or you can specify currency symbol. Okay, we can verify this currency symbol, but remove this formatting right now. Just show the amount in the label, and then write here also and paste it, and then run it. Let us see what will happen. So similarly, just like we are adding amount, we have to subtract the amount also when we are going to remove that particular item. Let's say mistakenly some item is added, so you have to remove that item from the orders window. Okay, so orders, and then the Pakistani cuisine, and then biryani, and then you have to specify the quantity, and then the order type dine in, and then floor is 1 and the table number is 3, add to cart. 150 is added. Okay, and then let me select the item from Chinese, and I wanted to specify one quantity, and then click add to cart. So 600. So 450 plus 150 gives me 600. So every time when you add an item, the item will be added. When you click again, nothing is happening. Simple as that. I hope it is clear to everyone, right? Now moving forward, we have to specify a button here, so that if I wanted to remove some item, that item will be removed. Okay, so how can I do that? Let me show you. Come here and specify another column inside your grid view, that is the button column. Specify a name, let's say delete GV, and then this is my button. So button, and then you have to specify delete or action. action, right here the heading action, and then click add, close. So move it in the last of the grid view. Okay, so an action button is added. Now what you wanted to do, go to the events and cell click right here. If e dot row index not equal to -1, that means no wrong click will be entertained. E dot column index, my column index should not be blank also, not equal to -1, and then come inside if e dot column index is equals to. So what is the index of my this column, this last action column? So that's my 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. That's my 13th column, right? So if I can write here, if my column index is equals to 13 when I click the cell, okay, of the grid, if it is 13, then what you can do, you can remove that item, that current item of the grid view. So how can you pick up that? Data grid view raw ROW equal to data grid view 1 dot rows, and then you have to specify the current row. So the current row will be picked up when you click that particular row. So how can you remove that? Data grid view 1 dot rows dot remove, and then remove that particular row. Which row? ROW. Okay, so your current row will be picked up, and then in this, before removing that row, you have to pick up the item, the price. Okay, so I'm creating a float variable, float prc equals to convert dot to single and to single, and then you have to specify raw dot cells of price text, okay, sorry, price gv, pick up that particular column price or row price dot value dot toString, pick up that price. Okay, after picking up that price, remove it, total amount, remove it from the total amount, that is my global variable, minus equals to prc. So the amount will be the amount that you have, the column that you will click, the amount will be picked up from that column, and then it will be subtracted from the total amount, and then you will display it total label dot text equals to total amount and dot toString. All right, so that's it. Save it and then start. Let's see what will happen. You can specify a condition. Are you sure you want to remove this item and all that? You can specify login and then orders and then add. Okay, add functionality we have to do still a lot more to go in this window. Okay, Pakistani and then 2 biryanis and then the floor number 1 and then the table and then add to cart 150, and then Chinese I am going to select. So Chinese and steak quantity is 1, and then the orders, all drinks remains the same, and then add 600. Now I wanted to remove this one, so click, look, it's removed and the remaining item is this, and when it's click, the remaining item amount is 0. When I add it again, it's again 450, and when I add an Pakistani item, let's say this one, and the quantity is 2, then the amount is this. So I hope it is clear to everyone. This is how our order window with respect to the admin is just completed from the user interface. Now we have to send this data to the database when we click the save button, and all that we are doing in the previous lectures also. So also we have to specify this. One more thing I am going to add here, that is the name, that's a delete or remove. So how can I do that? Come here and then edit columns, and then go to its action. Its auto site mode should be displayed cells, and its header text and use column text for button value, make it true. Okay, so the text that you specify, let's say remove, will be displayed. Okay, click OK and then check what is written on that button by default. Login, orders, click here Pakistani cuisine and takeaway, phone number should be something like this, add to cart. So remove is written here. So when you remove it, it is removing. okay, or you can apply an image on this particular button if you wish to. Let's go to this button and edit columns and action, and then you have the default cell style, okay, flat style, you can use this flat button, okay, and then you go to its cell alignment with default particular selections and the colors and all that you can specify. You can use the tooltip. No, we don't have image here, so you cannot apply image, sorry for that. You cannot apply image on this button, but I have make that button type as flat, okay. Let us verify what is happening. Orders, Chinese items, quantity, takeaway, phone number, add to cart. So it's appearing like this. You can make whatever choice you wanted to or you wish to do like this, okay. So that's all for today. In the next class we'll insert this data inside the database and we'll do the CRUD operations inside the restaurant management system database. Hopefully you have understood everything in today's class. If you do not understand anything, please do write me. Thank you so much. Take care. Allah Hafiz.